Hello, beautiful community. This week I thought I'd give you a wander around the shed just to show you what types of wood I've got. And we'll start outside where I've got a fair bit of wood that I'm air drying. So I've cut it up and I've sealed the ends. I usually seal the ends with paint or glue or end sealer, depending on what I've got at the time. I've also got a pile of firewood for next year. I've also got some cypress pine there that I've carved a couple of coils for the local walking track. And there's some Photinia roots that I've got to clean up at some stage. So we come inside and a lot of this wood has been outside air drying, and then I usually cut it into blocks and I bring it inside and it air dries. Pokegum is a fairly rare wood. You can only get it up around the Bathurst area in New South Wales, and also there's a stand in the Woodend area in Victoria. And I was lucky enough to get some of that wood when there was a storm a couple of years ago. It cracks fairly easily, but it comes up quite nicely, and it's got a yellow stain in it as well. I'm not sure how it gets that yellow stain. Got a fair bit of bull oak from my brother David. He gave me a trailer load there many years ago, and I'm still using it. And the white gum splits fairly easy. I did get a fair bit of that after a storm, but a lot of it split fairly easily. And then I've been able to source some of the ironbark from different places. And I've got a heap of red gum scattered throughout the shed. And also the yellow box burl, I've got it in different stages. Some smaller pen blanks and then some bowl blanks. So I was up at the Cudgera area doing a couple of jobs, and Tony was kind enough to give me some wood. And the Banksia that splits and cracks fairly easy, so hopefully I'll get to be able to use that. And then the elm from the Kilmore Hospital, I got a heap of that. I got the whole tree, luckily, so I'll be using elm for the next couple of years, I think. The yellow box was from the farm, and I made some chess pieces out of it. I also made the kitchen table. We've had that for nearly 20 years now. It's a beautiful table, and it's fairly heavy. I also got some paper bark from out at the farm, and once I get the bandsaw back working again, I might try some of that paper bark. I don't think I've had a go at it before, so I'm not sure how it'll turn. And there's some more almond from the Cudgera area. I have used some of that, and it's a beautiful wood. I've got some pen blanks sitting there somewhere. I'm not sure how the Oregon will go. I did turn it, and it seems to be long grained and fairly furry, so I'm not sure if I'll turn that again. The peppercorn was a bit disappointing. It seems to have a lot of cracks and voids and holes in it, but I get some good pieces out of it. I got the mulberry from up at the Mumudgee area, which is near Myrtleford. There's some spalted pieces, and I have turned a few of these mulberries, and it's a beautiful wood. So it comes up a yellowy colour. So then we go up the top. I've got some black gum and also some maple from John and Lynn, and I'm letting that dry slowly. I just don't want it to crack too much, so I've got it inside drying rather than outside. And I've got some more elm. So I got this bottle brush from the local school. I was lucky enough to be there when they were digging it out, and I turned some of it. It looks good, so I'll let that dry for a little while. I got the manna gum from the Ballarat area from my lovely sister-in-law Bernie. She watches my videos and gives me a comment every now and again, so thanks Bernie. So I don't buy much wood, but I bought the mallee burl and I might give that a go one day. It's another big mistletoe. And then I got some cherry from John and Lynn. I haven't turned that yet. I was going to wait till the bandsaw's fixed again and I'll give that a go. And then there's some more yellow box burl. It's scattered all over the place. I got 3 burls from Crichton's Creek. One was about 620 kilos and then there was 2 at 270 kilos. So they're fairly big burls. So this is my whittling corner, carving corner. I use hew and pine mainly, and there's some juttalong which I've used just to carve a few Christmas ornaments. I've done some Santas and some reindeer out of the juttalong, but I love the hew and pine. It's a beautiful wood to carve. So there's some more black gum sitting up there, and I've collected a lot of the ornamental pear. It's quite a nice wood to turn. And then we've got some more mistletoe. I have turned one and I've stabilised it with cactus juice. I'm just waiting for a container to put it in and put some resin to. But they come up very nice with the resin, the mistletoes. You've probably seen a few of the videos that I've done with the mistletoe. And down here a few more elm blanks. And there's some swamp gum that I got from the Cudgera area. Then I've got a few lengths or planks of different types of woods. So I've purchased these ones. There's some silky oak and some rosewood. There's some hew and pine that I got from Tasmania that I'll use for whittling, a bit of red gum. So I'll use them at some stage. Close to the lathe, I've got a lot of bowl blanks and also cylinders that I've turned. Turned a lot of the cypress pine, which I usually turn into Christmas trees or Christmas bells, and they're all different diameters. And I've also done that to the elm. I've got a fair bit of elm there as well. And then I've got all different sort of woods that are ready to turn. So I get a bit of pallet wood from work and I've cut it up into smaller blocks, and that'll be next year's fire starters. So I've already got next year's fire starters organised, which is great. After I had a walk around, I went over and I met up with Liz. She lives south of Ballarat. She's got a small farm and she runs a business called Meredith Mobile Milling. She saved some wood for me, and there's a bit of oak with some fungus on it. It was a nice piece, and she's given me all sorts of different woods. I haven't finished the black wattle. The battery went flat in the saw, so I'll have to fix that up. But I've got a lot of crotches. There's peppermint, stringy bark, there's some banksia, some cherry bollard. So I'll have to have a go at those. The day after I met up with Liz, I spent cleaning up all the wood. And I've got some English oak, which is a beautiful red colour in there. And there's some galls from the cherry bollard. I turned one of these root balls and I turned it into a sphere, which you'll see on the screen. And then of course there's quite a few mistletoe, and I'll need to stabilise those. There's quite a few of them are starting to go a bit rotten. So that was great to catch up with Liz and to fill up the car with a fair bit of wood. So anyway, that's the tour of the shed and the wood I've got. I've got a lot of wood. It'll keep me going for many years, I'd say. I've just got to be able to spend a bit of time in the shed. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you next time. Cheerio.